Happy summer 2023. If you have lived for another summer, then guess what? Your life is pretty good, because there are a lot of people that won't see that. I know I'm sounding like gloom and doom, but it's true. It's a true fact. A lot of people don't see summers of the next year. And anyway, happy summer. I hope everyone's having a great time. I hope you have planned some fun things to do with your friends and family, or family and friends, whichever comes first in your life. It's a lot of time. Don't forget, it is Father's Day. Actually, yes, you should hear this text. Listen to me, because I have been texting so much lately. I know, stay away from social media, but you get in these group texts. Have you ever noticed these group texts? And you can mute it on your phone, but they keep coming, and you see them, and you're like, then you open it up, and there's like 45 where people are having conversations. This is a note to all of my friends and family that when we do group text, if you start a conversation with just one person on that group text, why don't you make it a little private? We don't need to know everything. I think people tend to forget that you have 13 friends on this group text, and they continue, and then everyone is talking about the one main topic at the beginning, and then 30 minutes later, it's just a two-way conversation. I don't know why people do that, and I probably have been guilty of it at one time in my life, but guess what? I'm very aware not to do it anymore. So anyway, again, I hope you are having some great plans. Of course, a lot of kids don't like summer because their parents work and they're at home alone. And I can see, and if their parents don't put them in camps or VBS or something like that, I can see where they don't like summer and they really miss school. They miss their friends. So if you do have kids, make sure you are aware of where they are, who they're hanging around with, because you want them to be safe. And, you can depend on your parents to a certain degree, but don't forget, parents have done their duty by raising you, so it's your turn to do your duty as being a parent. And those are just my opinions, and you can cut me off if you don't like what I say, but, those are facts. That's the truth, and I'm sticking to it. So anyway, my husband and I went to Cancun earlier in June? No, this is June. Oh my gosh, my mind is like, whoo. We went to Cancun at the end of May, and we went to a wedding. We had a fabulous time. I've never been to Cancun before. I have not been to Mexico in about 35 years. That's how long it's been. Then the first time we went, I used to go there a lot on family vacations with my family, because my dad did have family still living there, like cousins and stuff, distant cousins. But anyway, but we have not, we didn't go to resorts when we were kids. I don't even know if they really had resorts. Did they have resorts back in the 60s and 70s? I guess they did. But anyway, so we would go, and this time we've been to several different resorts, but this time we went to the Royalton in Cancun. And we did not stay at the Royalton on the hotel zone where there's like a gazillion. I think somebody said there's like 100 hotels. So you're surrounded by all these different hotels. This one is pretty secluded, and that's what was so great about it. Well, anyway, so sorry, I had a little interruption there. We stayed at the Royalton Riviera Cancun. And they have your choices are, they do have a section adults only, and they do have for families, but it was great. If you have a chance, you've got to go there. The people there were absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Very humble people. And we spoke to several of the people there. And of course, just to let you know that, I can't go to Mexico. I don't speak Spanish. That's okay. Everyone speaks English, literally. It may not be the type of English where you may have to ask them, where it's very clear, but be sure to be gracious. They are making an attempt to speak English in their own country, where we should make that effort to speak Spanish or French or German or just something when you visit another country. That's just me, because remember, we are their guest. One other thing is the people there were surprised when I did speak Spanish to them, and I thought that was kind of funny. So our driver from the airport was talking to the group. There were, I think, 6 of us going to the Royalton, and he starts talking to us in English, great English, and then we kind of got in traffic, but not a big deal. You know, you're in a nice, I guess, shuttle, and you got AC and music and all, but anyway, so he starts talking. Well, then I ask him something in Spanish. This is just kind of funny to me, because he says, "Oh, where did you learn to speak Spanish?" Now, this conversation is all in Spanish. And I said, "Oh, well, I'm Mexican." And he said, "Well, where were you born?" And I said, "In Texas, in, the US of A." And he says, "Well, then you're not Mexican." I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Because I am very proud of who I am and my background and my heritage and my culture. But so I said, "No, I am. I'm Mexican American, Mexicana Americana." And he says, "No, you're not, because you weren't born in Mexico." And I wasn't trying to be smart or get nasty with him. But this, like I said, this was all in Spanish. And I said, "Yes, but my blood comes from Mexico." And he goes, "Ah, mm-hmm, mm-hmm." So it's kind of like, just because, you're not actually born in a country doesn't still that's my nationality. I mean, I am an American. I am proud to be an American. But yet my heritage, my ancestors, they came from all over the world, my grandparents were from Mexico. So anyway, I'm just sharing that because I thought it was kind of funny, and I didn't mean to be a smart ass or anything. I just wanted him to know that I am Mexican American. But anyway, back to the Royalton. There at the Royalton, it is absolutely gorgeous. Your butler, if you get a butler, you don't have to. My husband just said, "Oh, let's just splurge." So we, and I mean, no, he does not come and wait on you, hand, foot, anything like that. But they make your reservations for you. If you need something in your fridge, because they, the suite had a what do you call it? A small fridge. So if they'll put your favorite beer, of course, you're limited on the type of alcohol they have there. So I think it was Dos Equis, Coors, or Coors Light, and Modelo. And anyway, so we had them do that, but we really didn't drink a lot in the room or anything. And also, if you're a wine drinker, they will bring a bottle of wine, your favorite wine, every day. But unfortunately, we did not drink that much in the room. We were more poolside and had our beverages there, but and the other thing was they gave you the option of, now don't forget that you've got to be a Diamond Club member to have all these extra amenities. And anyone can join. There's no fee. You can join. You just have to make sure when you make your reservations that you do go into that, into the website and fill that out. Now, of course, again, my husband's a travel agent, and so he knows all the ins and outs and what to do. And so he did that. So anyway, and then you get one bottle of liquor of your choice. And I think my husband got some scotch, and you get to bring it home. I mean, it was great. It was great if you're a big drinker, room drinker, or whatever. But we had a beautiful view of the beach. It was, one part of it is all adults, the other is families. And honestly, when they have these family all-inclusives, people need to understand you don't have little children everywhere, just going everywhere. They have activities. It's like being on a cruise. That's what it reminded me of. They have activities for the kids. They have activities I believe for teens. Yes, they do. They just have activities. They have activities for the adults, and they have activities for families. Like they had trivia and they've got this huge pool, beautiful pool. I'll post some of the pictures on my Instagram account, Ticket to Life, on Instagram, and you can see, I mean, just beautiful. The pools are beautiful. Ever so stinking clean. And I may have already mentioned this. I had to take a break from this podcast a while ago, so I may have already mentioned it, but I'll mention it again. They do recycle there, and I'm big on recycling. So they have a bin where it's recycled for plastics. You recycle for organic. So if you get fruit in your beverage, or they put it in there. So it's great. And every day they open a little grill, it's between the beach and the big pool. And well, actually, there's so many pools there. There's a bunch of pools. There's a big family pool. There's an adult pool, and you can take your kids there. But there were some kids there, but not very many. But they just have fun. And I just love kids, so it doesn't really matter to me as long as they're not screaming at me or annoying me. No, who wants to be annoyed on vacation? But anyway, and so. There's a grill that opens every day, and they have nachos, they have burgers on the grill, hot dogs, and there's something else, of course, but I can't think about it. But anyway, it's great, and you just tell the lady. But again, just remember, you've got to tip these people. So just because it's all inclusive, you got to tip these people. They make very minimal money. In Mexico for a day. So don't forget to tip. I mean, I don't care if it's just $2. Well, we tipped a little bit more because I just feel like they just were so kind. I mean, they were nice, and maybe they're nice because they want to earn that tip. But I think, and they're really mean people. No, I don't think so. But everyone is just so stinking nice. And the other thing is, you can tell they are just thankful that they have a job. They are thankful to be putting towels out. They are thankful for having to dust sand off of certain cabanas. They are thankful to be out on the beach in long sleeves, long pants to protect themselves from the sun because they have a job. A job where you have people here that choose not to work because they just don't want to. And so, again, if you have a chance, it was such a relaxing trip. We've been to many beaches, but this was probably just one of the most relaxing trips we've had in a long time. What did we do? Nothing. Literally nothing. We're not people who sleep in late, so we didn't really sleep late, but we would sleep. We'd have coffee sent to our room. We'd sit out on the balcony and enjoy the sunrise. It was just a very relaxing trip. Now, if you can't or never even thought of going to Mexico, then you really should consider it. It's absolutely beautiful. No, we were not kidnapped by any cartel. We didn't see any problems. It was a very secure area. There were 2 check-ins before we could even get into the hotel. The driver had to stop. They had to check our names. They had to check who was on the bus and exactly who was going in. That was stop number 1. And this is leading to a road into the hotel, the resort. And then again, there's another gate. They check our names. They check the driver. And it was just so the security for me, it was great. It was really good. But anyway, I highly recommend if you have a chance to plan a trip for next year. Start saving your money. But, I don't know if people realize that when you book a trip, you don't have to pay it all up front. You have to have a deposit, and you can make payments on it with no interest no interest from the, of course, on your credit card if that's, what you're using. But no interest on the actual trip for if you book through a travel agent. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you about Mexico. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. Kevine, we had Kevine and Jonny, the 2 butlers, and they would switch day and night. And they just, like I said, if you wanted something special, they would get it for you. But make sure, again, I can't emphasize enough, take tip money. Make sure to take tip money. Take a bunch of singles, or they can make change for you. Of course, the currency is they do use pesos, but the majority of it is, U.S. dollars. So there's no excuse not to have tip money. Or if you need to break 100 or break a 20 or break a 10, they will break it. They will do that for you. So do something for yourself. Take a vacation. And even if it's not Mexico or a resort, do something. Go somewhere, even for the weekend. Go camping. Go do something for you and your friends. If you have no family, and definitely make some family time. And yes, you can do a staycation, but literally you have to do it. You need to get away from the TV, get away from your social media. I mean, we hardly used our phones at all. We would check the weather over there in case it looked cloudy, but our kids were able to call us or vice versa, but it was great. And thank you, Randy and Angela, for inviting us to your wedding, because it was a beautiful wedding. And again, we were able to get a vacation from it. And I thank you so much. So pretty much this is my take on Cancun. I highly recommend it. It's a place where if you just need to get away, then you need to do it. Also, we like to fly Sun Country. Like I said, I had to take a break from this podcast, so I may have mentioned this a couple of days, so I'm trying to finish it 2 days later. Sun Country doesn't fly from everywhere, and they only fly from the Dallas-Fort Worth airport at certain times to Mexico. So you always have to make sure, if you do fly Sun Country or American, we've got American miles, but we just prefer to go to use Sun Country. But anyway, this is Henrie. Find your blessings. Find something fun. I hope everyone had a great Father's Day, or will have it. I don't know when I'm going to be publishing this podcast. I hope you enjoyed my last podcast on swingers. And just a friendly reminder that these are all my opinions on all my podcasts. I'm sure I have upset people, but hopefully they get over it. And if they don't, well, they don't have to listen. But anyway, my husband had a great thing about us being in Cancun. And he said, the thing that runs these resorts, like a fine oiled machine, are the employees. He said they're the unsung heroes on the resort. So I made a list so you would know how many people are involved just to make your stay, and not just at this resort, at a good quality or a nice resort. Oh, and that was the other thing. If you do take children and you're very prim and proper, just let you know you're going to see a lot of butt out there, because there are lots of thong bikinis. So if you get offended easily, you may want to look into just a family resort where there's no adults, just families. So, of course, I'm sure some of them were moms. But anyway, I've never seen so many asses in my life. Anyway, and some of them probably should not be wearing those. But that, again, is just my opinion. But anyway, the unsung heroes at the resorts that keep this running and to make your stay such a wonderful stay are the towel people. They have men and women. Making sure your towels, you should see the mounds of towels, and they are clean every day. I have no idea where they clean them, because we got towels that were warm, like fresh out of the dryers in the morning. You have your party DJs at the pool, always making sure, and they did have a lifeguard there for the big family pool. The deliveries from all the bars, they are continuously bringing drinks. You want food, you can, if you're at the pool or at by the beach, there is someone to bring you some food. You just tell them what you'd like. Or the trash pickup. The trash was amazing there. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier in the podcast, but they don't have straws there. Certain places in Mexico do not have plastic straws. I may have mentioned it. I don't know. I'm probably repeating myself, but just in case. So they were very, very... This place was very clean. So my husband said someone is always cleaning something. You always saw them cleaning the frames, the mirrors, and the halls. And anyway, so there's people always picking up trash, bussing tables on the beach, taking care of you. they come and pick up your trash if you leave it, but you shouldn't leave trash because there are plenty of trash cans. We are adults if you're there with your family to take care of your own trash. The cleaning crew that come and clean your room. And we don't need our room cleaned all the time. It's not like we're trashy people or anything, but that was so impressive. I mean, our room it was like the day we first got there, and they had, I know I'm old school, but they give you, the little toiletries, shampoos and stuff. They have the big shampoos in there and the conditioner and body wash, but they gave you sewing kits. I always love getting sewing kits. I know that's really old school. I'm sure there's people that go in there, what am I supposed to do with this? Well, it's in case you lose a button or a hems. And if you don't know how, I'm sure you can get on YouTube, and the Wi-Fi is free. It's just an amazing place. It was a lot of fun. Will we go back? I hope so. But this is my take on it. I don't have notes for this podcast, so I'm sure I'm rambling on. I plan to do, like I said in the announcements earlier last month or late last month, I don't know, a podcast every other week. So you may not hear one, or I may just do a random one because that's me. I'm all about being random and surprise. But anyway, everyone have a great summer. Have a fun summer. Don't forget Father's Day. And until next time, find your blessings and be happy. And always, always be kind.